Alright guys, we've got a new update here, 3.59 gigabytes in new update here. Yeah. Answer questions. Let's see if this works. Alright, so new update. Want to see what it's about? Just use this. But I think I saw something already, so I've just opened up protein and my daily rewards. So it's battle tested. Is that new? I think that was question marks last time. So I don't know what battle tested is. I suppose we can go to the store. So the store. 5 times still ice colds. Similar to before. And then packs at least purchasable by on the store. It's 1 sec. Posting that into the channel so people can tune in and see it. Okay, so I did just get my reward, a Diamond 2025 season, so it's that bad boy. Got me Dagos. Sell a Dagos or get a new Curvis. Alright, so this is just my listing of Curvis Recto 3. Let's get it. Oh, I think that looked a bit different, did it? The laser beams instead of the ice cold. The Spartan. Mr. Flying Pies, how are you, mates? Alright, so I don't know if there's anything new here. So the season, non-paid. Jesse Hogan's Sapphire from the Diamond Pack. Yeah, nice one. These all paid. Which battles still existing, so nothing new. I mean, usually pro teams are a bit behind anyway. I think it's all server based. Objectives, new weekly objectives. New season objectives. Here we go. Sapphire battle tested. So battle tested is new. New pack type. Battle tested player reward pack. Some 5,000, so that's XP contracts. Okay, so battle tested seems to be the thing. Oh, what about level progression? Level progression. There we go. Battle tested bronze contracts. Bonuses. Battle tested. Battle. Booster. Battle tested. And little things in between. What option should my opposition spare player opponent setting be on the tactics? I maybe go with opponent or keep the position because then he'll be free. Depends how defensive you want to be. Battle tested to a diamond battle tested. Cool. Alright, so that's pro team. Let's go in and play a game. So let's see if there's any tutorials first. Okay. And now. Medium, so line up. It's basically the same. Change that. Tactics, mostly the same. Some of these were just a bit finicky last time. Just got some running carry. I don't think that matters. Alright.
Hello, I'm Anthony Hudson. Welcome to Sunday afternoon
So
football.
if you spot anything, shout out. If you want to check out anything, shout out as well.
Today for a pre-season match between St Kilda and Port Adelaide. With nothing on the line. All systems go for what should be a beauty. Marshall wins the first tap. Sinclair.
It's
The
back.
umpire didn't have to think too hard about that one. Doesn't often waste it. They've opened them up here. What's he got on offer? They're moving the footy quickly. The kick was centimetre perfect.
These half chances can often be the difference.
Let's go down. Kick. Wide.
He hasn't struck that well at all. Not often you see a forward spoiling the ball. Sweet. Dangerous place to lose it. Radical.
Why is everyone clapping? Did that hit the post? Oh. Just off. No, stayed away from the post. Okay.
Yeah, ever reliable. Steele within range. Can make them pay. Jones might kick a rare goal. Golden opportunity here.
They should be on the board with a goal.
Oops. Okay, auto interchanges are on. See how this goes.
Critical contest coming up. Good disciplined defence. Disciplined defence called for and provided.
That's smart play, really.
Oh, look, interchange at the top left.
Unnecessary risks.
Georgiades has found some
So the
space.
interchange notification.
Shaves the grass with that one. Hill, an unexpected opportunity here. Just needs an accurate kick now. Marshall is the
So if I
beneficiary of
do-
some unselfish play and should convert. Can he finish it off?
There we go. Interchange
He will
queued
surely
at the
make
top
this
left.
count.
They should already have put the first on the board, but no harm done.
And there, the interchange notification. Oh, on each side. So Port Adelaide's one is on the right and mine's on the left, up below the nameplate. So that's new.
No problems there.
Well, if you give him room inside 50, you'll
It used to be like on the bottom right, sort of mid bottom right, and all
The
together.
Saints are up and about early.
What if I like change?
Marshall wins it down.
Tactic
Bogue.
change completed is up there too. That notification.
It's a poor entry. A waste,
good.
really.
Ooh, look,
He's
people,
generally a good
it's
kick.
different.
The Saints are out of trouble.
Like I used to have guys just leading
Can he hit a target?
straight up and down the
Works
middle.
hard to present.
A star wide.
He might have thought about the corridor. Sinclair.
Yeah, they're
on
not
the
like
lead.
running to that midfield as much. They're spreading. Interesting.
What's he got on offer? Trying to catch them out. The Saints showing some good signs early.
Maybe that's
Stocker with a
fixed up.
chance to relieve the pressure. Goes laterally.
Look at this.
Wilkie.
Oh
Stripped
no.
of it.
Oh no.
He's been penalised for incorrect disposal.
Not sure there was
Had
much
the
prior
switch
opportunity
gone.
there.
Drives it inside the forward 50. Wilkie. No easy exit. Squeezes the kick. Burns. He's set up.
Oh, hang on.
It's been a lacklustre
gang
affair
tackle?
so far.
Hey, look at this. 1, 2, takes him down. All right. Okay, so when can I get rid of it? I'll try and get it. And then
Rucks go at it.
Tackle.
Steal. The Saints
Regular
under great
tackle.
pressure. The umpire says he had no prior. Marshall smashes it out of
Oh.
there. It's a
What happened then? Did my teammate knock over? Oh no, it was the opponent. Last night I was playing online in the game and it had 2 microphones on the top. I think he glitched the game and had 2 controllers controlling players and still won. In an online game. He had 2 controllers. As in, was it a pro team online game? Or a, like a ranked online game? Wow.
on the
I think
way.
you can have 2
Good looking
controllers.
kick. He's dobbed it. 1 point game.
Just a regular.
The big men fly.
I think you can have
McRae.
custom
Steele.
games where you
He's got
have
support.
multiple.
Sinclair.
It's like
Couldn't get an
unranked.
effective disposal.
Is
He
it
couldn't
that?
get his fist
Because you can
or
have
foot
2
to
people
it.
play
He
together
actually
on
makes
that.
like contact with the ball.
Richards, dangerous to leave on his own.
But if
That's
it's
a good
ranked, it should
option.
only be
And
1
this
player.
looks promising. Through the centre square he goes. Throws it on the boot. Bergman tries to spike it out of the danger zone.
Quick match, so
He
it would
just
have been
dropped
ranked.
it.
Yeah.
He's lost
Strange.
it. He had prior opportunity.
Nothing wrong with ambition, but you've got to know your limits.
I want
He's
to see
hit
if
up
I
the
can
lead.
get a.
And they're away. Burns in the right spot at the right time. Manages to
Can
get
I
up
get
a
a-
handball.
see this big
Windhager.
gang tackle.
Get
Gang
out of my
tackle.
way, he says. That can only be
Can
holding
I
the
do a
ball.
gang tackle?
Not enough talk out there, it seems.
Searching kick. King says thank you very much.
What if it's like a type of tackle that I could normally get rid of and
That's
then I get
not
gang
going to
tackle?
work. Drew had the presence of mind to get to the dangerous spot. Marshall with a chance to
Geez, they're
run.
playing a bit
Butters
differently as well.
receives a clever hand pass. Webster takes an excellent grab.
Look at this
What's he
spread
got
for the
on
play
offer?
wide.
The Saints look
Like the
sharp
tactics
early.
are actually working.
Burns read it well and claims the mark. Clean pickup. The argument was not entertained. Pushes him away. Too slow. And he's done for holding the ball.
Great pressure there and gets the reward.
That's skillful. Quality delivery by foot.
Left the player for
He
free.
doesn't waste
Oh, he
many.
didn't go to the long
They
one.
can turn defence into attack
There we go.
now.
Oh, look, so
Sinclair.
they're.
Terrific tackle. The lift
Oh, I
doors
sold the ball.
closed on him, and
Alright, I
he's
want
gone.
to try what you can
It's
do
all
with
hot
gang
footy
tackles. Like when
today.
can you get
This
rid of
will
it when
end in a
playing?
goal. The defence has fallen down. Lord, Pepper gives it everything. Boak got a fist in. Which way will it bounce? Met solidly.
Can I tackle? Yes, you can.
He seemed
Okay, so like, I know it was late. It didn't really have an effect. But you see here, I wasn't controlling King, I was controlling McRae. And I brought him up and I pressed tackle. And he's jumped on the gang tackle. So you can get different players to come up and gang tackle, or you can be gang tackled with multiple players. And I wonder if that like restricts you
Completely
from getting
unaware
rid
of
of
the
it. So
company
now
he
it's
had.
not.
He bit off more than he could chew there.
His field kicking is normally first rate. McRae pushes into space and receives the
Well, that
footy.
would have been interesting.
Caught,
We got rid of it too
dropped
quick.
it like a hot potato. Brilliant fend off. Goes for home. He doesn't miss many, and that
Alright,
is
so
no
gang tackles.
exception.
That
They're
was
in there.
textbook goal kicking. A great way
That
to open his
is
account.
interesting.
1 quarter down. It's been entertaining so far, and there's little in it on the scoreboard. Gary Lyon is down on the boundary. Gaz, what have you got
Interchange
for us?
display.
There's obviously
Yep.
not a great deal on the
So
highlights reel,
that's
but the
been-
tackling from both
someone
sides
must
has
have noticed
really
that.
stood out. Everyone out there understands the importance of exerting great pressure. The more you do that, the more chance there
game
is that
had
your
wind speed
opposition
and
will crack.
temperature.
Keeping it up for 4
I think
quarters
that was
is the
already
key.
there.
Thanks, Gary, as we get going again.
No slow starts, no second guessing. Trusting each other, trusting the game plan.
So play style. Corridor.
Good ruck work. He's run into trouble. Butters into the action again already. The power should score here. Marshall, 100% effort. Richards, he's kicked a goal.
They might want to tighten up on him. They gave him too much space on
Alright,
that
so the
occasion,
new
and he
indicators
made the
are
most
cool.
of it.
The Saints
Let's
have
go
had their
with
lead
the
reduced to a
defensive
point.
tactic change
Sweet
indicators
with a
up
deft
top
tap.
now, which
Boak,
is good.
Butters.
Sort of gives
What
it
can he do
a
with it?
space on the
Webster
UI.
wins the contest and can release.
What about some of the tactics? So I found a while back that like if you had a tagger, Collard's got red hair, so it'll be easier to spot. Let's go. So Collard's on a wing to Horn Francis in the middle. So we want Collard to match Horn Francis. Change off.
Leave the pressure. Clever kick. Good thinking and good execution too.
Where's Collard? Where's Horn Francis? I don't know if he tags him. Is that him in the middle? Here we go. Look at that. Why do automatic interchanges still not work? I think they do, don't they? What are you finding that in auto interchanges are not working? Well, here's my tag. That's working. And the tag used to be positional. So here I've got a left wing, Collard, tagging Horn Francis in centre. So if I go to port and move,
He's been.
and now go Horn Francis to, I don't know, where should we put him? Half forward. Let's do a forward pocket. So will Collard stay to Burn Jones or will he go to Horn Francis at the forward pocket?
Called to play on. Probing ball. Owens in some space on the wing. The Saints look well drilled. King can keep it
Staying with him at the
moving.
moment.
What's he got on offer? Normally delivers. Pal Pepper went bang. Owens, Wood, Sinclair. It's a deep kick.
So let the
No one can mark. He had no interest in taking any chances.
They've got an opportunity.
Charman. So Horn Francis should be in line. So he should be up this end somewhere. So these are-
Opportunity
Let the
here to
spread
get the
happen.
ball down the other end quickly.
Kick-ins look a bit different too.
Farrell brings it back in.
Hang on,
Pal
balance.
Pepper working hard.
Look at this,
and
the
mood
movement's all
rewarded.
different. They used to be like that midfield running straight at me. But they're running to the space to
under.
the side now. So it's actually going to
Bergman. That one was always his.
play a bit differently the whole game.
Kicks to centre wing. Horn
Yes.
Francis wins
And
the
there's
contest
Collard with
hands
him.
down.
So it's a player tag, not a
Kicks to
positional
space.
tag anymore.
Good work rate.
Yeah, look. Collard's staying with Horn Francis. Oh, he's got free. He's got free.
He's having a rip
No,
although that's
no,
not his best kick. They've got a problem now.
There he
They've picked their
is.
way through.
Collard.
Horn
Yeah,
Francis
got
is
bumped
in
on the
clear
teammate.
and marks uncontested.
It's not a gimme goal, but certainly one that should be kicked.
Right, so that'll be interesting on the bounce to see.
Horn Francis, can he inspire his team?
What happens
You
with
bet
Collard
he
if
can.
it's on a bounce.
He had the opportunity to put them in front. That's exactly what he's done. Lovely finish.
So Collard's on the
Both
wing.
sides are
and
cracking
let
in
him-
hard at the present time. It's a great
Lower.
contest. Wood
See
gets the kick away. Windhager Hasn't seen a lot of it. Defence 101 there. Dishes it off. Bergman. He thinks he's dusty. It's a hot footy.
Oh,
The
gang tackle.
fans will be happy to see this. Gone.
All right, so let's have a look. Go back to the bounce. Pollard would be... Did he get subbed off? He might have been subbed off. There's Horn Francis. Just his normal player is with him. I can't see Collard anywhere.
Caught napping in.
Because he's been moved to the bench. So so it's a player tag. If your player comes off, or I guess if Horn Francis goes off, it's player to player. It's not. I don't know if I'm describing this well enough, but like it's not a positional tag. Yes, he's on the interchange now. That's not going to happen. So you can choose the subs, and let's go. Hilly can go to Horn Francis.
A dangerous spot.
You've got to be quicker than that. He hasn't got his name on the goal scorers list yet. Here's a good chance.
I think that's online.
Kick. Now where's Hilly? Look at that. So the moment that I've done the switch to the tag, he starts to run up to Horn Francis. There we go.
It is. They've hit the front. It's a good old-fashioned arm wrestle. Marshall has probably got the points at this stage. Steele, when one tackle just won't do. Sinclair, he's in the clear. So
what happened with Hill centre bounce? Down here. And he's running past the play to go find his boy, Horn Francis, to tag. Who's now Horn Francis midfield. Yes. So I've got him coming up, and he's on him now. And now let's go to Port.
he'll have a bounce.
And we'll take Horn Francis off. I'm just really experimenting here.
Can he find a teammate? He's put it through.
Change cued.
The Saints with a bit of breathing space now.
Rosie for Horn Francis. So Hill, will he go to Rosie? Or
Rosie, Butters, farms it out. Time to turn on the Jets. Rioli, he's stopped in his tracks. Under pressure. Boak has brought his own ball. He's everywhere at the moment.
Centre bounce. Let's go look at Hill. No, did Hill come up? Oh, here he is. And he's just staying with his man and a bit of a rough up. So he's not going to Rosie. So now tactics. Oh, yeah, no, I've got to switch back.
But
what was I going to do? Tactics, Hill to Horn Francis, who's on the bench. So if I switch back to Port, interchange, and put Horn Francis back in. Whoops, hang on. Stuff that up. You'd hope
might be just
once he comes
outside
back on, he'll go to.
Burn Jones marks inside 50 and can have a shot. He's been called to play on. He shoots at goal. How's the kick? No good.
So that should bring
with that, but he'll back himself
Horn
to make
Francis
amends if he
back
gets a
on.
chance.
He's off. He's
Hill
been
is
busy
up
so
near me in the
far.
middle, and
Burns.
it looks like he's going to someone.
Bad kicking there, out on the...
It's Hill. And he's going to Horn Francis. All right, so it's a player tag, not a positional tag. I know that took a bit to sort of get through, but that's Good to see. That used to be a positional tag. So tagging now is player to player. So you could say, I want Winhager to go to Dacos. And when Dacos comes off or moves position or something like that,
Full.
Great pressure and
seems
ultimately
like that'll
rewarded.
still
He's
work.
one from one side.
Cool. Now, if I set this to none, that used to not work.
So far.
Has a ping. It what?
So where's Hill? All right, there was Hill was trying to tag Lord Francis, and I've set him to none.
Would be a goal. He's got another one.
A little bit longer.
The Power are within a point.
So hopefully Hill stops tagging.
Marshall got his palm to it. Sinclair.
I
Wilson
reckon there's
couldn't burst through.
things in this
Pal
patch
Pepper, all alone in the centre square. Who's at home?
that are fixes
Paul
for a
Francis
bunch of
can
stuff.
line
So, I
up
mean,
and
we've seen the
potentially
UI
give them the
changes.
lead.
Seen gang
He's batting
tackle,
at
which is pretty
100%
cool.
so far.
He's tugged it.
Let's see, where was Hill for the start? Hill's down here. I've set him to none for tagging. Yeah, that used to keep the tag on. So they fixed the none tagging. Cool. All right, so that's tactics. Tagging is different. Overload. Right.
Has a ping and misses.
They did well to construct that shot at goal, but the inability to convert really let them
You
down.
can guys push out to the right. Look at that.
Looking for a quick transition.
Can't
This will
see
be
where
coming
I'm
straight back.
back kick.
That's what they call a good old-fashioned
All
clean.
right, so that's
I know he's
good.
been kicking
That's
well, but this seems like a stretch.
tactics are fixed.
Can he thread the needle? Not much margin for error. It was always a tough ask from there.
I think he was committed to taking a shot before he even
Look
received
at
the
that. They're
footy.
pushing right.
Sinclair to bring it in. Honours the lead.
Yeah, and the
That's a
players are
well-placed
moving
kick.
differently. So I've got
Wilson with a chance to
corridor
relieve the pressure.
set. So there's a few in the corridor here. Oh
He's
no,
had
he's running
little
away.
impact so far. Burn-Jones didn't need to be
Tackle.
asked twice.
Gang tackle.
It hasn't been a great
Yes.
spectacle, but at least it's close. Marshall slaps it out. Burgoyne squeezes the kick. In no man's land, Aaliyah manages to find a teammate. What's he got on offer? Butters on a lead. Approaching the 50. Goes long. Good disciplined defence. Keeler can take some time and find the right option. That has to
Oh, no.
hurt. Drew
Something.
only knows one way. Steadies.
All right, is
Drop
there anything
back.
else you guys want me to
Goal!
check out?
They had to be patient, but they were able to pick their way through and eventually score.
They're slugging it out, these two. It's been an entertaining first half. Sweet gets his hand to it. Boak blasts away. Keeler doing what he does best. Wilkie handballs it to nobody. He's cocked one high. Didn't think twice about taking the advantage. They're searching for a late goal. Wasn't a great kick. They've turned it over. He sends them inside for the fourth time. Marshall, can he impose himself on the match?
Get the gang tackle in. Oh, and
Half-time, and we have a close one on our hands. Just what most of us wanted, or the neutrals among us anyway. Gary's with us again. What's on your mind, Gaz?
It's been a tough slog so far, with both sides having their moments, but neither's really looked like getting on a roll and scoring goals quickly. That's largely due to pressure, of course, but also some questionable decision-making with ball in hand. This game is there for the taking for the side that can be cleaner with the footy.
Thanks for those observations, Gary, as we get back underway.
interesting. So Xbox banner and songs don't play in online. I haven't played online except for Pro Team, and they do play on PS5. Tom, welcome. Looks like there's gang tackles in here, some new UI updates in the game.
Sweet.
tactics
Punches
seem
it
to
out of the
be,
ruck.
well,
Horn
tagging
Francis.
seems to be
Butted.
fixed, so it's
They
player to
cannot
player.
keep him quiet.
So
Will
if
the
like
umpire pluck a free kick?
Windhager goes
A
to
bit of a
Dacos and then
panic
Dacos
handball.
moves to a forward pocket,
Sinclair in the centre square.
Windhager
They've
will
got
go
them on
with
the
him.
overlap. Spud Frawley would
Or
have loved that one.
if Dacos comes
Bergman
off.
is
Oh, look at
calm in a
this.
crisis. King gathers.
Good
Runs towards
stuff,
goal and
Kingy.
slams it through for a 6-pointer.
Pro team also. No, definitely plays for me on pro team. Flying fives.
The margin's back to just a
I get
point.
those on PS5. I didn't know Xbox doesn't have.
Marshall wins the hit out.
Have you tried,
Manages
like,
to get off
do you have a
handball.
different
They should
song
have
and a
been
different
going
banner?
forward. Now they'll have to defend. Georgiades, too big, too strong, too good.
This deserves a goal. Should be a goal.
So you're saying if I'm on PS5 and I play against an Xbox player, then
Hasn't got
the
hold of that one. It'll be
song
on the
won't
line.
play.
He'll be itching for an opportunity to make up for that.
Looking for a quick
The
transition.
song won't play.
Owens
Loading
has
also
found
takes
some
like 10
space.
minutes. Loading's down to the hardware.
Can he hit a target?
So like
The Saints
PS4
are
will
out of
take
trouble.
longer. I don't know which Xbox.
His field
I don't
kicking
even
is
know much
normally
about the
first
Xbox
rate.
versions.
Sloppy disposal, and we'll have a throw in.
Both defences are holding
Doesn't
up
go
well.
straight to the
Goals
coin
haven't
toss.
been easy to come
Okay.
by.
Yeah, I have not noticed. I'll look out for it
It's
next
been a
time.
great duel between the two big
So
men.
if I'm PS5,
Closed him
there's gang
down. It
tackle.
would be a hard
Yes.
umpire who would ping him for
Alright,
that.
boys. Let's see if I can get gang tackled here.
Sweet, got his palm to it. Rosie, Horn Francis.
Yeah, I did
It's
gang
not a
tackle.
fair fight. The pressure
Yeah, so
is
if I'm
intense.
PS5, I play against
We'll
an
have
Xbox
yet
player,
another
then
stoppage.
the
Sweet gets his hand to
so
it.
the banner
Still
doesn't
found a
load. Do we
way.
not see a banner?
Insufficient intent. A few people not happy with that decision.
That's the risk you run when you flirt with the boundary line.
He's hit up the lead. Normally delivers the power with an opportunity now. Georgiades winds, read it well and claims the mark. Rosie,
Oh,
complete commitment.
smother.
Pau Pepper, he's lost possession. He's made a meal of it. Wilkie, fighting hard, takes the logical option.
Tackle.
This is promising.
Gang tackle. So I wasn't going to get that out of that tackle, but I want to get one of those tackle animations where I would normally get rid of it.
Marshall showing his skills.
Like now.
He's under close attention.
I can
Just
still, because no
shovel
one
it
gang
out.
tackled.
Burgoyne, desperate to win it back. Delivers it inside 50. Burn-Jones couldn't
There,
haul that
there. I could have got rid of
one.
that.
They're tackling with...
So the gang tackle. So like here, I'm holding the ball in, but I can still. This is one of those tackles where you can handball and get it out, and I do. Right? Or you can kick. So then, that's the same tackle, and I can normally handball and get it out, but then I get gang tackled, and I tried to handball and kick, and I couldn't get it out. What if the arms are up? But yeah, so there's these scenarios that you could normally just take the tackle and hold it in and wait for a player to run. Now, if you get gang tackled, you can't, and it could be holding the ball because you're taking too long to get rid of it. In this case, there was no prior in the first one, I think. So, yeah.
With venom today. Marshall with the tap.
Okay,
Sinclair.
hands are up.
If he thought he was getting away, he
Ooh,
was
I still
sadly
handballed it out, but
mistaken.
it was late.
No
There is gang
leniency from
tackles
the umpire
bound.
there.
Better to kick to a contest and get done holding the ball. He's covering
So
much
I'm
territory
just
with
playing
that
around
work
with him
ethic.
now.
He's arguably best on ground.
So that one was a gang tackle. Very late. It took forever to do it. So here, hands are up. I can normally get rid of it. I got gang tackle, and I still handballed it out, but too late. So if your arms are up, you might be able to still get rid of it. This I just took too long for the second player to get gang tackled, and I was waiting for it. But if you are in this type of tackle, where you can normally get rid of it, single player, you can get rid of it. There it is again. Gang tackle, you can't get rid of it. But then, if you have your arms up, and then you get gang tackled, you can get rid of it. But there, I just took too long. So you need the arms up,
That's not going to be a goal, only a behind.
Perhaps
even
he
in a
should look to
gang
lay that one
tackle, you
off.
can
He'd
still
miss
get rid
more
of
of those and he'd kick.
I don't know how
Sinclair
accurate that
with the
handball
footy.
would be, though.
The Saints have been caught on the hop. Here's a big chance. Can he take it?
Looks to be more
No,
spread of
he's
players on
missed.
the ground. Yeah,
Seemed like
absolutely.
the
So here I've
defenders
got
got a bit
overload
lost there,
right.
and they were lucky not to give up
You
a
can see they're
goal.
pushing over to the right. And when I
Sinclair,
get it,
bring it
usually
back in.
now I would
Can they
have
get it?
people up and down the midfield running towards me. My whole mids would just be up and down instead of wide.
Forward this time.
Sort of shifting a bit. So,
Probing
I've
ball.
got
They're moving the footy well here.
play style. Let's go play style wide instead of corridor. So we're getting guys moving out to the sides out here.
Clever kick. Wilkie works
So
hard
it's not
to
straight
present.
up and down the middle
What's
anymore.
he got on offer? I've liked his game today. Stocker comes free in the tackle. Must be incorrect
Yeah, so
disposal.
definitely
It is.
It's a
player
bad
movement
finish
around
when
the
you know
ground
it's
is
been done
different.
cold.
The
It's come
tactics
unstuck.
seem to be working. Wide. Let's go. We'll do a
Off he
big,
goes. They can't
big
catch
switch
him.
of plays
He's
for
kicked
wide.
it the wrong way. Keeler. He's generally a good kick. Have they
We should
weathered
have
the
guys
storm?
down the. Here we go. Down wide.
Ignoring the
And
corridor
it's good
for
because they're
now.
doing a zone at the
Wilson
moment, so I
in
can
some
really
space
see
on
that
the
they're doing
wing.
it.
Doesn't
Yes,
often waste
so
it.
wide is
Burns,
working.
working hard and being rewarded. King with a chance to run. They could be in front in a minute.
Gang tackles
Quality
are in.
delivery by foot. Just has to hit
The
a target.
notifications
Farrell,
are up
ever
top
reliable.
right. So if I
Stripped
do
of it.
one here,
Bergman.
let's do
Big
steal
ball to be
into
won
the
here.
midfield, for example.
Wilkie got
So
a
you see
fist
that
in.
notifications up the top
Georgiades.
left.
Poor footy
So
there.
my notifications go to my nameplate on the left. Their
Can anyone
notifications
get
go
to
to
the
their
drop
nameplate
zone?
on the right.
Sinclair wins the contest hands
Would gang
down.
tackles work online? I suppose they would.
That's not ideal.
I mean, everything we've seen
Georgiades makes good contact. Dealt with the pressure.
before.
Sloppy
Device
disposal and a
stuff.
turnover.
Don't have
Kicks
auto
to space.
interchange. I mean, let's turn on auto interchange. Let's see what my thing is at the moment. So Marshall and my backup ruck is Keeler, who's down back. So hopefully Marshall gets subbed off soon and we can get some changes happening.
Burn Jones.
That's great. It was something 23 did a little better. I thought it looks even better. Yeah, so 23 didn't have the issue where players were just running up and down that gang tackle. Bang.
The umpire
That's
says
cool.
he had no prior.
23 did have player movement a bit better, I think. And now, we'll see how this goes, but like they're not just running straight up and down.
Henry.
Ooh, okay. Discord. Thanks, don't argue. Let's have a quick look. Okay, patch notes. Here we go. Multiplayer tackles, gang tackles. Yep, that's what we've seen. Player camera slider, distance. Oh, all right. We'll do. Actually, let's exit this. I'll go do that. Player career. Pro team ladder leaders rival run. Didn't see that. Have a quick look. Season 2. There we go. Rivalry run. On the ladder. Oh, 9. Only 9 of them, so not a full 18. Look at that. So what's this? Climb the ladder choosing your rival you want to face. You play each one and face the rival. Cool. Oh, that's good. Player position. So again, just at 8, not full 18. So that's good. Starting at easiest. That's cool. Let's go. Skip up. Play through. Play grips. Okay, so player career camera slider. So let's have a look at the distance one. Pro team rivalry runs cool. Pro team visual to set shots HUD. Okay, so something with a set shot HUD. Mid-season draftees. Oh, okay, so the new players are in the game. Xbox is still updating, so it's going to take 4 hours for a 20 gig update. Damn. That's big.
Bitter rivalries don't come more bitter than this.
Updated and improved commentary. I haven't really been listening to the commentary. But I imagine with new players, maybe new names, some different things they might say. I don't know. Auto interchange logic. Okay, so that has apparently played. Improved tactics, that's what we were finding before. Audio and stability. Mr. Flying Pies, have you heard any new
All is in readiness,
commentary?
and the umpire will get us underway.
Yeah, this used to go like
De Koning wins the first tap. Walsh
super low when
leading
I'd
from
get the ball.
front.
Like if I go cameras, here we go. Height, field of view, distance. All right, so let's put height to it. Distance is the new.
That's a dreadful
Okay,
hand
there's the
pass.
height.
They're going hammer and tong. You have to be tough to
So distance.
play this game.
Oh yeah,
We've
look
got
at
a
that.
whistle.
Moves it back,
Umpire's ball.
and then field of view is a bit different too.
De Koning showing his skill.
Oh, look at that. So it's no longer super
Bursts
low
through the middle.
when you have the ball.
Breaks the line. Gives it everything.
It used to be when you get the ball in player career, it would go really low to the ground no matter what height you'd have. That really annoyed me because I wanted the higher.
Just trying to get it out of
height.
the area. Closed him down. Cripps. He's run
Seems
into
the
trouble.
camera's
Stoppage
slightly
coming up
different
on the
too.
wing.
2 rucks, please.
Oh, hang on.
Cameron
L1, look at
showing his
this.
skills. Crisp.
Okay, so
Well, I
we've got the
suppose if
ball,
you're gonna
I hold
take over,
L1,
that's not
and
the
I
worst place.
face
Mackay! He's taken a beauty.
towards my goals.
Probing ball. Honours the lead.
So I don't
What's
have
he
to
got on
look at that
offer?
play, I can just be like,
They've
cool,
picked
I'm
their
on a
way
run
through.
here.
Good disciplined defence. You can't question his commitment.
Good.
Walsh wins it back. Great mark. That's
Look up the ground to see where I can run the space ahead of the game.
Here. Silvani makes position.
He couldn't believe his luck
I
finding
can
that
watch
much
the goal
space inside
umpire. So
the forward
L1, while in player career camera mode, will face your goals.
The perfect start's gone begging, but
Or is
I'm
it
seeing some
the
good
goals
early
of the
signs
team
for
with the
them.
ball? They've got the
With the
ball.
footy. This might well cost them a goal. Can he finish it off?
They should
I think
already
it's
have
my
got first
goals.
on the board. No harm done if this goes through.
Can you turn on auto interchange? Yes. Yes, it's on. Okay.
That's not going to come back. It wasn't his best effort.
Okay, so auto interchange is
Only let
on.
himself down with a kick.
Houston tasked with the kick in. Moore can keep it moving.
It's
And
still
they're
looking at my
away.
goals.
Dacos has found
Okay,
some
so
space.
L1
He might have thought about the
in the
corridor.
player
It's
career
come
camera
unstuck.
will look. Oh, there's an injury that's gone to the
He's made a hot start to this match. Quality delivery by foot.
L1 looks at my
Surging
goals.
kick. Defense
It seems smoother
and we'll have a
as well.
throw in.
Like the
The Blues have probably had the better of it early in general play, but it's looking like a dour struggle. Might be on the
except
cards.
for back.
De Koning
Sorry.
palms it
Move
down.
around. She's-
Walsh.
yeah.
The sprint is on. Important tackle. He was just about through otherwise. That's an impressive mark.
This deserves a goal. Should be a goal.
Hasn't got hold of that one. It'll be a behind.
A gimme goal gone begging. What a waste.
Houston brings it back in. Moore working hard
Yeah, I
and
like
being
that.
rewarded.
L1 with
Neat little stab kick. Lipinski with a chance to run.
how about
Some
two
indirect ball
players?
movement here.
So hang on. Two players would get injured early. Doesn't seem to be gone. There's been one in this match already. Yeah,
Dacos
maybe that still
pushes into
happens.
space and receives the footy. That's a good option, and this looks promising.
It's
He's
not
hit up the
interchanging
lead.
players.
What's he got on offer? He's made a
Even when
bright
you turn it on, I've
start.
been looking at the
Elliott
screen. So I'm not.
approaching the 50.
My team's
Goes
not
long.
interchanging. Well, Fogarty got injured, so he's been interchanged off and subbed. Wiedering, does he start on the ground usually? So I've got Tom De Koning as my ruck, and my other ruck is Pitnet. So if we'll see if Pitnet gets pushed into the ruck.
Long. Perryman can go back and shoot a goal.
I reckon someone got caught ball watching then. You've got to be switched on at all times.
Looks good off the boot. He's got it.
You had the opportunity to put them in front. That's exactly what
Yeah,
he's
so
done. Lovely
L1,
finish.
The
because when you
Pies
had
open their
Oh, hang on. There was an interchange on the right.
Account.
Wiedering's on for Kemp.
The big
Yep,
men
so that's
fly.
working.
Hewitt, can he get it out? Camporeale mops that one up, gets the kick away. Mackay got to the right position and hung on.
Can he right the ship for them?
Yeah, it
They're
worked.
kicking a goal is
So
really
auto
good now.
interchange logic. I think it always worked. There's something happening. Yeah.
It's a decent
People were.
strike, but
I
it
did notice
falls
people were
short.
saying like their ruck gets changed with someone weird, but you have two backup ruck positions, and I think it just will try to alternate between those. So I think you set one backup ruck as your ruckman, like here De Koning, and the other backup ruck as whoever else. So I'm hoping Pitnet will go into the ruck.
Myercheck making his claim for the golden fist
Instead of
award.
De Koning.
Danger averted, frantic defence.
They've got
Cottrell
an
on
opportunity
Mackay.
here to get the ball down the other end quickly.
Oh no, what's he doing?
Silvani. So
straightforward
yeah,
kick, but that's
auto
easy to save
interchanges
from here.
slicking over.
Drop punt looks good. He's got it.
It's been a second injury, don't argue, but there's been one already early.
In front at quarter time. Positives for both sides and a great game in prospect. Let's head down to Gary Lyon on the boundary.
The Blues aren't all that keen on handballing. and
So
why would
De Koning's
they be
still in the
when you're
ruck.
winning so many contested marks? It's a bit of a rinse and repeat scenario at the moment. Win ball, kick ball, mark ball. It's monotonous but mightily effective, and I think we have to expect it to continue because the opposition just don't seem to have any way of counteracting it. If what you're doing is working, it'd be silly to change it, no matter how bored the rest of us might get.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Gary. Good looking kick. Crisp with the big fist.
He's doing a
And out
hard
of
tag
play.
on me.
Both defences are holding up well. Goals haven't been easy to come by.
Left and right here. Can't go closer. It just pushes me out to the
De
bigger
Koning
circle
has
out
got on
there.
top. Hewitt read it better than
Yeah.
anyone.
Just was
And
left
that's a
me clear.
letdown. They'll bide their time, looking for some quick ball movement. Careful with the kick. Perryman on centre wing is marked. What's he got on offer?
What happens when you go near the boundary?
Normally delivers. Well played. They could be in
Right,
front
sort
in
of.
a minute. Punched away. Lipinski
Okay,
has a
it's a
real
bit-
turn of pace.
doesn't go, like,
Comes
right
free in
down
the
low.
tackle.
Both
So
sides are
that
placing a
looks
premium
cleaner.
on team defence, which is making goals very hard to come by.
Off again.
De Koning has probably got the points at this stage. Camporeale. Can they
Koning's
catch
in
them
the
out on the turnover?
I'm wanting the auto interchange.
Happy to concede. a
Can't
goal.
change to him to
That's
tire
not
him out
play,
to
really.
get
There's
him
no point
off.
taking unnecessary risks.
Moving the footy laterally. McGavin works hard
Gonna
to
get to me
present.
now. Yeah,
Manages
it's
to
good.
find a teammate.
Yeah, look, this is higher up. The camera doesn't shoot low when
Doesn't
you get the
often
ball,
waste
which
it.
it used to.
Moore might go for a run. He's gone. Kemp
Rid
absorbs
of it.
the pressure. McGavin, slick hands. Cripps.
Look at
He's
this.
in the clear.
Much better
So he'll have
camera.
a bounce. This is good.
'Cause I get the
ball
height
movement.
that I want.
Clever kick.
So there's a new camera setting for distance. Bring that down.
They're moving the footy well here.
I'm off the
He'll
screen
drive
now.
them inside 50 yet again. Carroll.
I suppose
has
with
charged
combinations
into
of
space.
height,
Someone
distance,
went to
and
sleep
field of
defensively. I
view,
suspect the price will be 6
yeah, you
points.
can go off the screen.
To cap off a wonderful passage of play, that would have been a great team goal.
We certainly would have expected to kick that one, but he's got to put it out of his mind now.
Back into play. Side bottom on a lead. Good work rate. That's skillful. The Pies moving the ball well.
And the
Lowers
distance
the
to the
eyes.
ball, too.
Side bottom. This is a big opportunity. Picking their way
Ooh,
through.
it's got that-
Elliott. Dangerous to leave.
Let's go. That's high. I'll go down low.
On his own. Can he impose himself on the match? The kick was centimetre perfect. He's been
Get
quiet.
stuffed. Yeah, Kipper.
Side bottom. Great body work.
We're going to see lead change number 4.
He should not miss from there, and he doesn't.
I feel better now they're in front.
Very
Getting some
low.
more on the scoreboard.
The Pies.
Move
the
low
first
and
of the
go back.
second
Yeah,
term.
hitting it in the ruck.
The big men fly. Cripps.
So, yeah, the
Hewitt
backup
under
ruck
pressure.
thing is
They are hunting
definitely
the ball
working.
carrier. Their appeals have fallen on deaf ears. Pitnet showing his skills. Cripps lays it off. Just had to get it out. Sloppy disposal and a turnover. DeGoey. That's good work rate. The defence is disorganised. Silvani saw that coming. Membry gathers. He just dropped
the ball,
it.
Cripps.
Chris
Oh.
gets to it first. He's tugged it. One behind.
Let's go like long distance.
Only.
The quintessential comedy of errors.
See that?
Saar brings it back in. McGovern.
Yeah, so
all on
good
his
to have
own. The
more
Blues
options to the
might
camera.
be about to start something. Cripps working hard and presenting well. Can he hit a target? The kick is precise. He's struggled to make an impact to this point. Haynes with a chance to relieve the pressure.
Angles tagging.
They haven't been able to buy a goal. It's a
Some
dreadful mistake.
energy.
He's had little impact so far. Alarm bells are ringing.
Neither side's been able to establish any dominance so far.
Oh, is there anything else you guys want to check?
The definition
Looks
of
like from those
optimism,
patch
hoping
notes
for
that
him
that's
to miss that.
the main
He
stuff. I mean,
doesn't.
gang tackles, the multiplayer tackle thing is cool, and it's probably have to change gameplay online, like people that would hold on to it and
That is
dish
the
it out
end of
wide.
what's been a terrific
Which I used to do a
first
lot.
half with some memorable highlights.
Now,
let's hope the second half is
choose to bring another tackler in and try to restrict that.
down there, Gary?
If their arms are free, then maybe you don't want a gang tackle, but I think you can still
A
get
10-minute burst
free
either way at
handball.
some
Let me see
stage in
if I
this
can
half
get the
could
ball.
prove decisive. I can't see this becoming a blowout, and
Get the
hopefully
ball and do
it
the
doesn't,
hands
because
up.
it's been a really enjoyable contest so far.
Thanks, Gary. As we get going again, Membry gets on the end of it. That's great footy.
This is what it gets.
to like the camera a bit higher. Field view, we increase that. It's going to feel even further back.
Paid to do. Kick
Yeah,
those
look at that.
goals.
So field of view, distance and height, you can get some really different views of the game.
He's got it done.
How much stadium dominant is this in the field of view?
Will certainly make the highlights package.
The Blues really need to respond now. Pendlebury, the Pies are bringing great energy.
Footy.
Goey drops into the hole and marks.
To finish off the good work.
Kicking for
So
his
L1
first.
to look at your
It's a game
goals.
of inches sometimes. Goes very wide. Doherty presents in space. Searching kick. DeGoey within range. Can make them
Joey.
pay.
The Pies have certainly looked the better side. They'll be hard to catch.
It's online. Will it have the carry? Cripps was quick to judge the fall of that ball. Got a little time here.
definitely noticing the player
Slowing it
movements.
down. Waiting
So
for
in
someone
terms
to
of
come in.
gameplay differences,
He's been industrious.
Sorry, just ask
McGovern.
that.
It's a hot
Andy,
footy. The umpire says he had
that's
no
not said tactics,
prior.
but is it noticeable? Yes. So when I do a wide
Good
tactic,
ruck work.
I actually have
Jacobs.
players push wide. I think previously I only had like
Desperate
one
defence.
player push
Cameron.
wide.
Not on my watch, he says.
And the midfielders would always run up and down the middle, like from the centre.
Can they create
Yeah,
a
I'm
shot
on
on goal from this
bench.
stoppage? Hewitt,
Um,
bit of a panicked hand.
Yeah, so the midfielders used to always run up and down the field, like straight down the corridor,
That's it.
and only one person would push right. But now you actually have,
Have got away.
in the wide, you actually have
Pitnet slaps it out. Camporeale.
like multiple players pushing wide and trying to spread to that space. Same with kick-ins too. In overload right used to push like one player right and everyone would still sort of do their own thing. Whereas now you can see people are like flooding to the right.
Under pressure with how often the ball is coming down, and this game might be getting away.
Well, they weren't concerned before. They
The
should be
AI
now.
smarter. I don't know about smarter, but like because the AI used to do that too. So the AI used to have people, their midfielders running up and down the middle. So every kick they would do would be up and down the middle because that's where their players are. So I feel like now, I don't really watch closely, but I feel like now if their players aren't running straight up and down the middle, they will have options in different places and they can go to those.
Ball movement on that occasion allowed them to open up that opportunity. opportunity in front of goal,
So
and they've got full
does that
reward.
then make them smarter, I suppose? Makes all the midfielders
Need
smarter?
to back that up and
Back
generate
in.
some momentum. It's been a great duel between the two big men.
Good little bump on
Lord,
Dacos.
no one can mark. Moore,
Guys, come
he's
on.
generally a good kick. Wiedering clears the area. Membry, Perryman, just shoveled it out. Does well under pressure. You can't question his commitment. Cripps,
Oh,
that
smothered.
sloppy play, and it could come back to bite. McGovern read that one right off the boot. Haynes takes the hand.
Get rid of it.
Run down, great chase.
It's a bad feeling when you know you've been done cold.
They're looking good. McGovern,
Yeah.
no easy exit. He just keeps racking up disposals. Silvani, will the umpire pluck a free kick? There are only two ways you can dispose of it. and
Just
he
more
did neither.
I
variation.
don't know about that.
Good for longevity of the game for those who
It's
play
a
against the
poor inside
Seagulls.
50.
Yeah, absolutely.
A
So
chance to clear now. Collins pushes into
I don't
space and receives the
know
footy. The Blues
if the
are out
team...
of trouble.
So I know that
Kicks to
AFL
centre wing.
teams have different
They've opened them
tactics
up
they
here.
start with, and I don't know if they change
Slowing
dynamically
it
throughout the
down.
game.
Another goal,
But that would be cool
and
to
they'll
see.
believe. Membry wins it back. Great mark. Careful with the kick. Side bottom. He's only had the one inside 50. Dacos has a vice-like
So if the
grip.
tactics change from the
Here's real
in,
danger
like dynamically in the
The
team
Pies with a
according
late
to how you
chance.
play, that would be good to see.
now. He hasn't kicked a goal
The
today,
tactics do
and
change,
still
like the
hasn't.
individual tactics. When you want to put a tagger, we found that a tagger will tag the player. So you can have I'll just use it because it's the example that's been shown up in the real life now. Windhager can tag Dacos. And then if Dacos moves to the bench, Windhager will stop tagging him, obviously. But he won't keep tagging the position that Dacos was in.
There's 5 points gone begging.
So it's a
3 quarters
player-to-player
in, this
tag
one's still
rather
up for
than
grabs. Huge last quarter coming up. It's time for some observations from Gary
rather
Long.
The
than
Blues have it all to do. The first goal is...
a positional tag. Disposal effectiveness when tackled is still an issue. In that the AI seem to get kicks away.
obviously essential.
I think,
When you're in these situations, sometimes you can actually
yeah,
play
I
a miss footy
reckon
because it
maybe
frees
like
you
that
up
would be a
knowing that
big
you've got
change to the
nothing
game
left
and
to lose.
balancing.
If this is
So at the
close up,
moment,
it'll be their opposition
like,
feeling
yeah,
the
you
most
want
nervous.
the
Thanks
same
for those
abilities for
observations,
the
Gary, as we get back underway.
AI that you
Dacos.
have and
What
that
a
like
game
other
he's
players
having.
have when you play
Centre
online.
square, loose ball.
And that
Moore,
if you charge up a
big
kick,
tackle laid. The
you
umpire says he
constantly
made
get
an
tackled
attempt
and
to
it's
get
like
it
a
out.
missed disposal or whatever. Whereas if the AI have a
Cameron
chance to
with
kick,
the tap.
you go to
Pendlebury,
tackle
a good kick
and
here,
they'll
and
just
they'll be
kick.
in business. Newman takes an
Like
excellent grab.
it's
Cripps read
they
it
don't need
well
to
and
charge the
claims
kick.
mark.
Anytime
Looking
they've
to
got an
peg one
opportunity to
back.
kick,
Docketing.
they do
Kicking
cleanly.
frees first.
I think that's
We've seen
why
that
you either
before.
need to tackle
Danger
immediately
of
when they get the
that
ball,
frantic
or
defence.
They've got an opportunity here
smother
to get the ball down the
if
other
you
end
can.
quickly.
Harrison can keep it moving.
If they were to
Dacos
change
just found
that,
some space.
that would make it easier for
The
players.
Pies look well drilled.
I
Honors the
think that
lead.
adds to the
Normally
difficulty right now.
delivers.
It's
Harrison
not good.
works
But if
hard to
they
present.
do remove that, they
What's
would
he
need
got on
to.
offer? That's not a good kick. He'll drive them inside 50.
If they
yet
removed
again.
that ability
Myerson
for the
is a
AI
rock
to
in
quickly
defence.
kick,
Just
it would
waiting
make
for
it
the right
easier for
moment to
us.
press
So
go.
therefore, they would have to add
Manages to
more
find a teammate.
complexity to the
Dacos.
AI in other
Pendlebury was
ways
afforded
to
latitude.
balance it out and make it
Throws it on
harder,
the boot.
right? To
Quaynor
make sure that
snares the
hard
loose
is still
ball.
hard.
Pendlebury,
It's
what
not
can
a
he
whole
do
bunch
with
easier,
it? Dacos,
if that makes
crisp,
sense.
clever kick.
Andy, so gang
Newman
tackles
wins
would
the
make
contest and
the
can
issue
relieve the
worse.
pressure.
There's one
That's
more
good
player
vision.
taken away
McGovern,
from the ball.
got a little time here. Quality delivery
don't
by
know
foot.
what you mean by that. Hang on. Gang tackles would make the issue worse as one more player is taken away from getting the ball back. If you're not really gang tackling if they've kicked it. The gang tackle very much seems to be one player kicks it
He might have thought about the corridor.
And then,
It's
sorry,
a
one
tough
player
game,
tackles and
that
then the
has to
second
hurt.
player comes in.
Can he find a teammate?
So if you don't
Cleal,
stick that
he's
first
taken a
tackle, which
beauty.
is the
Harrison
one that you're
picking
saying
their way
the
through.
AI kicks it away,
Young
you're not
tries
going to
to
have that
spike it
second
out
player
of the
coming
danger
in.
zone.
So
Disciplined defence called for and
don't
provided.
mind getting the
That's smart
kick
play,
of a
Willie.
handball
There's no
or
point
handball
taking
away.
unnecessary risks.
Looking for a quick
Yeah,
transition.
no, I agree. I'd love if they
Break.
kick it in
Newman.
like
The
scrubber
Blues
kicks,
under
like along
great
the ground or off the side of the
Both
boot,
doors closed on him, and he's gone.
out into space, and then it
Trying to do
becomes
too
like
much,
a
not for the first
free
time.
ball
No
sort of
way
thing.
back for them if this
But
goes
yeah, you're
through.
right. Like they do kick it, and even though you're tackling,
Should kick the goal
I'd like in
now,
the
and
tutorials to have something like
They've
that.
got
So you
it
have
back now.
tackling, and you can see was your tackling timed well. What were the factors in like the player's skills and stuff?
Pitnet, he's
You say if you were like
in a losing cause. The Blues
tackling Nick
beat
Dacos as he
outsourced.
kicks because
He'll
he's a
feel
highly
that
skilled
one.
player,
Side bottom. Thought his way through
you'd expect that he'd
Punched
be
it
alright
away.
at
He's
getting
caught.
kicks away
Hasn't
pretty
seen a
well.
lot
Or
of it
Wanganeen
in
Miller,
no
who's
man's
actually
land.
naturally good at
Pendlebury,
that sort of
he's
stuff.
wrapped up. He couldn't get rid of it. They
Whereas if
wanted
you
holding the
tackle,
ball, but nothing
you know,
doing.
like a VFL player, maybe you'd
Cameron
expect that they
showing his
can't get the kick
skills.
away
Pendlebury.
so cleanly.
Saar making his claim for the golden
But yeah,
fist.
I agree that,
The
you know, I'd
Blues
love
haven't
more
thrown the towel in. The umpire doesn't need to wait
shanked.
for that one.
Not many would go with a rock punt from there, but he managed to thread the proverbial eye of the needle.
Sorry. Just choked on my
The
breakfast.
Blues can't take a trick at the moment. Pitnet has shaded the ruck battle despite the scoreboard. That's commitment to the cause. They're still
All right,
cracking
I'm
it
back.
hard deep
I'm
into
crying
this
here
match.
right now. Yes, I've just been choking on
Pitnet showing his skills.
a bit
They've
of the
got
breakfast
good
I just had.
chemistry, those two. Sees something he likes.
Yeah, more
Terrific
shank kicks
tackle. They appeal
would
for
be
holding the
better.
ball.
Better
The
to see.
umpire agrees.
Great pressure there and
Have they
gets the
fixed
reward.
kick-in
They need to hit the
tactics?
scoreboard
It
here.
seems
Play
so.
ball. Crisp
So we had
gets the
a
kick away. The Pies have winners everywhere.
overload
The Blues
right.
forcing them out wide. They have absolutely spifflicated him. Newman.
Spifflicated.
Hewitt. Will he look for a target or
So-
go himself? Cripps. He's having a go, but that's not his best. It was always missing.
They gave us too much latitude.
Well, let's change the camera. Kick-in tactics we think changed. I'm going to bring this field of view back down and maybe the distance back down. I did an overload right and noticed there was a ton of players overloading to the right.
On that
That's good.
occasion, and we're lucky the kick was a poor one.
Whereas previously only was like one or two.
Maynard brings it
Wide
back in.
tactic is
Collins
actually much
went
better,
bang.
and players' movements
And a
around the
moment
ground
for
is much
players
better
to
too.
catch their breath.
Eras mode is actually genius.
Cameron palms it down.
Play through different
Perryman,
decades.
Crisp, terrific forward pressure. The
That
Pies
message
came
get,
away
did
with
that
the
message
win.
get deleted?
Too
Whoever just
strong,
wrote that?
too tough,
I
and
haven't
too
seen it.
good. What did you make of that match, Hart?
What was the eras
The
mode?
Pies were a cut about.
The kick-ins. I saw a mix of inside and outside the defensive 50. Excuse me. Jesus. Sorry, I'll come back to that later. Let's have a look. Choose random teams. Alright, so tactics, I've got overload left and wide. We can try that out. Oh, I forgot to check. What's the eras mode? Someone posted that and the message seems to be deleted. Yeah, Heartbeat's true. The update. So gang tackles is in there as a gameplay change.
Good afternoon, one and all. I'm
The
Anthony
ladder
Hudson.
leaders that don't require all 18. Okay, so here we go. Seriously need to add an eras mode. Imagine playing through 80s and 90s with old rules, stadiums, and legends. Yes. So, I mean, there's rules would be different because that's like gameplay changes, which they've got the ability to do. They've got the AFLW rules and I think VFL rules or whatever. So if they had old rules that they could do, that would be cool to implement. Old stadiums, yep.
All systems go for
Old
what should
stadiums,
be
because they've got the academy and you can download stadiums that people do.
a beauty.
I feel like if they
Wins the
improve
first
the
rap
academy,
contest.
the stadium
Dawson,
creator,
Shoal turns it over in the middle.
you could get more
Moving the footy
realistic.
laterally. Wasn't a great kick. They've turned it over. And we will do it all again. He's drawn a crowd. O'Brien got his palm to it. Dawson coming. What's he got on offer? Neil Bullen has it within range.
I was
Question
gonna
of
get a
accuracy,
kick in.
and he should be able to
Or
answer
kick
in the
this goal,
affirmative.
hopefully.
He shoots it
Oh,
goal.
no.
Has the kick. No good.
That was a
Carried it.
promising build-up and deserved a better finish.
Noble to bring it back in. Anderson has a vice-like grip. Probing ball. Rao works hard to present. Ignoring the corridor for now. They've
What about opposition loose player? Opposition spare player opponent. So let's go behind the ball. And we can make their
open them up.
spare player. Who's that going to be? I don't know, Graham. Let's do that. And let's make them alongside the contest. So they'll have a spare player alongside the contest, and I'm hoping that my spare player.
Here. Humphrey.
You got to pause, unpause, so it switches to the team. So my spare player will be behind the ball.
Can keep it moving.
Hang on, so who did I do? Humphrey. Was it? So Peatling should be. Hang on a sec. Let me go back. Let's check this out. Graham is a left wing. Graham. Hang on a sec. Because previously this was all flipped. So Graham being on the left is my right wing is Saligo, right? That's updated. The left and right side used to be opposite because it's showing them matching up, right? So if you look at this, makes sense. Here's the left pocket because the left, when looking towards the forward, here's the left wing, right? But for the other team, we're kicking down here to Walker, the goals. So the left pocket is actually what shows up on the right here, which is Keys. And the left half forward flank, left wing would be Coming. So if Graham is the loose player, my right wing is Saligo. Let's have a look here. Actually, if I just do this. Left wing Coming, right wing Saligo. So that's fixed. So they fixed the menu so you can actually see who your opponent properly is. And now Saligo should be my behind the ball player.
Kick. This ought to end in a goal. Approaching the
Get the
50.
ball back and
Alarm
clear it
bells
out.
are ringing. Can he finish it off?
I reckon someone got caught ball watching then. You've got to be switched on at all times.
Why alongside contact?
He
Oh,
can
I'll just put him in there
front,
too.
and he does.
I'm basically just making sure that he's
He
not
had the
with him.
opportunity to put them in front.
So I'll
That's
make
exactly what he's done.
I'll make
Lovely
Graham
finish.
go to alongside
Suns
contest,
on
and
the
now
ball
my
early.
Saligo should be going behind the ball
Wits
away
with
from
the
him.
tap. Anderson, the midfield battle so important. Humphrey, they're a big chance here. Keane is there to thwart that play.
It's this lighting. It's actually a bit of a jumper clash. It's just because it's
No time like
bringing
the
out bad
present.
my eyes are.
Must be in.
So, Saligo pushing back.
Correct
I'll
disposal.
go get
It
it out of
is.
there.
Did he actually make slight contact with the ball?
It'll be a good start if you can nail it.
There goes the kick, and he's put it through.
The Crows might think about an early adjustment here. They are looking very vulnerable.
One sec.
The Suns already look like they're going to be hard to beat. The big men fly.
The big men
Anderson
rough ups.
leading from the front. Rao attracted a
Gang
crowd.
tackle.
They're tackling
It's
with
good to
venom
see.
today. The two big men do battle. Just shoveled it out. Anderson, the defence has fallen down.
That was a interesting animation kick. He shrugs, shrugs and kicks.
Down. Long is the man on the spot. Had
You
his
can't get the
mark.
ball here.
It looks a well-oiled forward line.
This is what he gets paid to do, kick these goals.
Heads for home. That was never missing.
That's what happens when you leave players in space inside 50. It's going to hurt you on the scoreboard.
The Suns by 17.
Hello.
Witts
Yes, sir.
smashes it out of there.
Pronounce that, sorry.
Anderson. Ainsworth. That could be a goal-saving tackle. Gets his kick despite the heat. Weller coming. Desperate to win it back. He's set up.
Yeah,
No one
so
able to clear the footy, so we'll have another ball on.
I could have handballed early. So here I'm facing away. So that's normally a tackle I can handball from. Right? But then the moment I'm gang tackled, because my arms are up high, I'm gang tackled down. I can't get rid of it. It's held in. So that will make it interesting online. Because when do you
O'Brien
hold on
looking
to it?
for territory. They've got good chemistry, those two. What's he got on offer? He's made a bright start. Rochelle, it's a tough game. Dealt with the pressure. Not much he could have done there.
The Suns are certainly looking the better side, but they'd
Where's-
love to give
where's
themselves a
Saligo?
bit more breathing space here.
Stand behind.
Witts showing his skills. Humphrey, they've had the better of the contest to this
Let's see.
point. Keane, to no one in particular.
Hang on. Definitely behind the ball. Oh. Graham's on the bench. Hang on, let's see. That's player
Floppy
specific
hand.
too. Tactics. Spare player. Graham, he's on the bench. Okay, so let's make Jeffrey. So now Saligo will be
And they've turned it
Nice bit.
over. Can't hang on
the
under close attention.
opposition loose player.
It's been a lackluster affair so
Whatever
far.
it is. Olpo. Opposition.
O'Brien
Loose
punches
player.
it out of the ruck. They have a
There
good
we go.
understanding, those two. Keane
Swap sides here.
runs onto it and can drive them into attack. Manages to find...
The awkwardness. Hang on. One sec. Awkwardness of the players stopping to get the ball is still off-putting. Yeah, I know.
The
Like they
teammate
sort of let it
absorbs the
sit
pressure.
out,
He seemed completely unaware of the
like
company
bouncing up
he
high
had.
above them
No
or something.
umpire
Like
ever
that.
changed their decision because a player had a whinge.
Rioli. Which way will it bounce?
There you go.
Weller doesn't often waste it. Poor footy there.
I'd hope that Saligo now pushes behind the contest, behind him. I don't know where he is.
They need a spark. Weller might go for a
This is
run.
actually a
The
jumper
Suns
clash
have started
with,
well.
when looking up
Not
the
his
ground. I can't
finest
see the
moment.
colour that clearly.
Normally delivers. Dawson has found some spark.
So here, is there anyone behind the play? Keane. No. Where's Saligo? Saligo. Oh, he had the ball. Okay, so we can watch what he sort of does.
Can he hit a target? Good thinking and good execution too. Looking to peg one back. The kick is precise. Approaching the 50. Some indirect ball movement here. Laird with a chance.
All right, here's Saligo. Where's he running to? He should be behind the play. He's not. No. So is opposition loose player not working? Or did they change again? Jeffrey's still on. So unless it's named Curvis and it's still flipped. That should be Saligo. Go behind contest.
It's to run. It's become a game of keepings off. Lace out. Great footy.
It should be like here, 10 metres behind me or something. But he's not.
Breaks the line. They'll bide their time. Miller. What's he got on offer? Kicks to space.
Right, so it looks like
work rate.
there's one tactic that needs
Happy to
improving
be
at least,
and wait for an opening.
which is that
Filthorpe.
opposition loose player opponent. See, there's Jeffrey. He's alongside the contest. So the loose player is working. He's alongside the contest. The opposition loose player opponent.
Fans, all we have to do is kick it 60 metres on his non-preferred to a player on the other side of the ground in his blind spot while being tackled.
Here's Saligo.
Can they keep the footy this time?
Where's Saligo go? He keeps going forward. Yeah, so he shouldn't be there.
Uses his pace to great effect. Delivers a long ball.
Saligo should be now behind the contest, so like 10 or 15 metres behind. And he's just not. Okay, so that's not working. All right, interesting. All right, we've got
wins the contest.
some things to.
Down. The Suns have got out of the blocks well. Their confidence will be high as they head to their huddle. It's time for some observations from Gary
finish
Lyon.
up soon.
The Crows
I've got to go.
need to tighten up in a few areas.
I'll stay on for a couple of minutes, but if there's anything else that anyone wants to see, let me know.
To kick a winning
Go
score, so if the
Sunnies.
midfielders can get their hands on the footy a bit
Beating me
more
at the moment.
and use it well, they'll be right in this
Look at
match.
that.
Good on you, Gary. Thank you. Shoal, O'Brien. He's in the clear.
So there's still cases you can hold on to it for a bit, but you have to be aware you may get gang tackled and not be able to get rid of it. And if you've had fire, you'll be holding the ball.
O'Brien showing his skills. Peatling. They've put themselves under pressure. They cannot keep him quiet. Ainsworth working hard and being rewarded. Miller dangerous to leave on his own.
He'll expect to convert this.
It's on the way. Good looking kick. He's dogged it.
It's always good for the confidence to see that first shot go straight through.
But it's good. A few fixes. I like the UI fixes, so you flick through the interchanges a lot quicker because it's like not one. Yes, gang tackle, got him.
Ball up. The defenders will need to be on guard.
See how the interchanges are on
Rucks go at us.
the sides that
Who's got the wheels?
the teams. Look at this. That was great. A nice little lofted one. And there's the lead.
Drives it inside the forward 50. Neil Bullen gets on the end of it. That's great footy.
Kicking at his first.
How's the kick? Nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
so
that.
the notifications flick through quicker because you're going to have my notifications on the left, his notifications on the right. He's
O'Brien wins it down. Coming. They are hunting the ball carrier. It hasn't been a great spectacle,
so they're
but
not
at
just
least
staying
it's
up
close.
there the whole time, but flicking through.
O'Brien got his palm to
Instead
it.
of just in the one
Couldn't
location.
burst through. He stopped in his tracks.
Both defences are holding up well. Goals haven't been easy to come by.
Reed with the tap. Weller, Humphrey, keen to keep it moving. They take the advantage.
That's bad tackle by
Graham,
me. I actually did that.
Worrell cuts it off.
Usually the
Searching kick. Good disciplined defence. Rogers. He's had little impact so far. Laird tries to spike it out of the danger zone. Cumming. That has to hurt. Plenty of heat in this game. Keane. He might have done better. Peatling. Inspired by the round ball code. Throws it on the boot. He'll be sore in the morning. Their appeals have fallen on deaf ears. O'Brien showing his skills. Peatling. Off he goes with the advantage.
advantage. But advantage
Weller
is tough
has charged
sometimes.
into space. What's he got on offer? They're moving the footy quickly. The kick lets them down.
Let's play wide.
His
Okay,
field
we'll go
kicking
there.
is normally first rate.
Yeah,
Phil
we've got a
Thorpe.
couple
That's good work rate.
pushing wide.
Kicks to centre wing. Honours the lead. Spearing pass. It's amounted to nothing. He's been busy so far. Quality delivery by
Pro Team
Ford.
Season
He's
2
been
is
quiet.
out. There's new objectives, a couple of new ladder leaders. The ladder
Just
leaders don't
needs an
have to be
accurate
full
kick now.
18
He's not on the
rounds.
board yet. That
There's a
should
9
change here.
round and an 8 round. And you don't come up against
Heads
one
towards
team. I think
goal
you choose
and
the
does
rival
not
team
let
you want
them
to play.
down.
If they can get up ahead
Which
of
looked
steam, they'll be
interesting.
hard to stop. That was a terrific passage of play.
Some
Culminating
new
in a great
packs
goal.
in there.
2 goals each for the quarter.
what was it called?
Humphrey. Stripped of
Game
it.
breakers or
He's
something.
gone. He had plenty of time.
He's suggesting he got something on it. Oh, I'm not sure he did.
They might be out here. Clever kick. Fogarty has it within range.
It's one of those ones that should be
Excuse
kicked. It's
me.
amazing how often players miss them.
Lost this up a bit.
In towards goal.
Lift.
He's made the goal umpire work too much, in fact.
Gee, he'd be disappointed with that, but he'll back himself to make amends if he gets a chance.
Powell tasked with the kick in. If you don't wish to watch a replay, look away now.
He hasn't got his name on the goal scorers list yet. Here's a good chance.
This will be interesting.
Bends it around the body. That's on
Yeah.
target. Through it goes.
That's a bit of a freebie. You can't afford to turn the ball over.
Both sides are cracking in hard at the present
Game
time.
tackles will be
It's a
interesting
great
online to
contest.
see how people
O'Brien
adjust their
got
gameplay
his
for
palm
it.
to it. Peatling
Damn, what was
feeling
it
the
doing?
heat. No leniency from
That
the
swivel
umpire
over the
there.
top for
It's
the
all hot
end-to-end
footy
camera
today.
still
Collins
pissing me
takes
off.
the safe option. Walter on a lead. Going for territory. No one can mark. Shoal. He's in the clear, so he'll have a bounce. Hinge.
It
Good
is the
luck
wide
catching him.
tactic.
Well weighted
Very
kick.
wide, but it's worked.
That's a great
And he's
header.
away.
Stolen a march. This is promising. Showing some dare. 3 bounces now. They need a mark. Walker is like a magnet in that forward line. Going for goal,
shanked it.
flirting with the post. Will
I
wait on the goal
reckon
umpire.
field
Only
kicks
one
are a bit
behind.
more difficult
The
now.
coach has got his hand covering
Like
his
for
mouth.
goal.
It's not hard to imagine what he's saying.
Because that normally last season would have been the quick
That's
play
skillful.
on, kick a goal,
Walter
instead
just
of
had to
going
get
into
it
set
out.
shot mode.
Jeffrey bangs it long. O'Brien wins it back. Great mark. What's he got on offer? Gives it everything. Rioli with the big fist. Saligo towards the goal mouth. Walker cops
Don't
some
know what I was
unwanted
playing.
attention. The umpire says he made an attempt.
I'm going to
get
finish
it
up
out.
at half time. I've got to head off.
O'Brien looking for territory. Almost like he wasn't there. Keys. He's got it.
Bit of momentum now. That's 2 in a row.
Give it a goal.
They've pegged them back nicely. This is an entertaining match. O'Brien has shaded the ruck battle despite the scoreboard. Saligo. Good handball. Got to go quickly. Time running
Oh
out.
no, what am I doing?
Weller is calm in a crisis. He's everywhere at the moment.
But yeah, it feels enough different for an
Half-time,
update.
and
I
it's been
reckon,
a
as
down
in,
and struggle
it's
so
quite a
far.
big update.
Not a lot of highlights. but at least we have a
A few
close
things we
one.
haven't checked out in Pro
Now for some
Team yet,
analysis
but
from
there's
Gary
definitely
Lyon.
updates in
Not a
Season
lot to
2
separate
there.
the teams, either on the
Gang
scoreboard
tackles looks
or
good.
on the
Tactics
stat
look
sheet.
improved. But
Disposals,
still a few
clearances,
things that we
and
spotted that
50s
need
are all fairly
fixing.
even. If the match
New UI
continues
stuff,
like this, it'll be
notification
engrossing,
system.
but I can't help but feel that someone will break it open at some point.
The interchange menu looks
Thanks for those
fixed.
observations, Gary,
I
as
think
we get
the
back-
left-right side. So here, So my back line's here, my forward line's down here, making the left wing here would be Draper, my right wing would be Crouch. Even though it's on the right is the right side, when you're facing my goal, my left wing is Draper. And it used to show up differently. And therefore, like here it says Draper versus Weller. You'd actually previously see Draper versus Graham and Crouch versus Weller. So actually, if we go check that, Graham, Crouch, yeah, and Draper, Weller. So this has been fixed. The interchange left and right side has been fixed. So you actually do see who's playing on who, whereas it used to be sort of flipped. Who's your left and right wings. Tactics look better. Tactic tagger is player on player, not player on position, or position on position. Opposition spare player opponent, from what we tried, didn't seem to work. Maybe I'm just doing that by flicking between the AI teams and mine. Spare player does work. Tagger works. Kickouts, overload left and right work a lot better. There's more overloading. Generally, also the gameplay, the play style is better. So we're noticing the midfielders aren't just leading straight up and down towards the kicker. They're actually pushing out wide. If you're putting wide, if corridor, stay corridor. That looks like it's better. Yeah. Some good gameplay things, I reckon, overall. Have they fixed the ratings being stuffed? On online, when it says Trelaw has 77 rating, Luke Jackson is 80. The online, is that in Pro Team? Is that what you're talking about? Because Pro Team has different cards for different players. So Trelaw will have like a base card of 77 or something maybe. But then there'll be actual like a 2025 card of Trelaw that'll be normal online. I don't know. So if we go Academy, Club Manager, Bulldogs, list. The law is a 91. You're not getting a 91 Trelaw in your thing. Yeah. Anyway, cool. Thanks for joining, guys. Some cool stuff in there. Check out some more a bit later. I'll speak to you all next time.